Right, guys, let's look into this Bovaer cow supplement a little bit more. I've talked about it being toxic, the health hazards, but let's just have a look at this and follow the money. So here in Scotland, we see that DSM begins construction on a large scale product facility, right? But let's follow the money. Okay, so Scottish Enterprise, which is part of the Scottish Government, is handing over a £10 million funding package to DSM to help them make this Bovaer facility plant and create that product. Now, this is where we're going to see collusion with the government and this big pharma company. So now this is from the UK Green Alliance, and we see here where they say the Department of for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs wants to mandate the use of methane suppressants in England by 2030. So they want to force all the farmers to use these methane suppressants. 2030, if you know about the WEF, is a big kind of date in what they want to do, roll out their entire net zero scam by then. But you see 2030 there, they want this mandated. Imagine the amount of money if every single dairy and beef farmer has to give these to their cows. Meanwhile, they've also handed them a £10 million funding package to help them build their facility. Does this not smell of corruption and collusion to you? Right, guys, if you haven't seen my other videos on the toxicity of Bovaer, I want to talk to you and show you this now. This is another piece of information. This is from the NIH, the US National Institute of Health. It's about 3-nitrooxypropanol, which is the main ingredient in Bovaer, and it has a health hazard warning. So I'm just going to zoom in here, excuse me, and read these off. Harmful if swallowed. Acute toxicity causes skin irritation, skin corrosion, causes serious eye damage. Danger causes serious eye irritation, may cause respiratory irritation, specific target organ toxicity, single exposure, respiratory tract irritation. This one to me, excuse me, is the absolute worst. Suspected of damaging fertility or the unborn child. Warning, reproductive hazards. So let me tell you, when they're talking about this being safe and effective, just remember the other things that they have called safe and effective over the last 4 years. To me, this is insane. It's mind-blowing. But let's look a little further. Let's talk about efficacy. Here you go. Let's look at this. It's talking about how the cow shouldn't graze for more than 3 hours in a row unsupplemented, because this would weaken the effects of the additive. So there's your efficacy. There's how effective it is. Grazing in the field for more than 3 hours weakens it. So what's a farmer meant to do? Bring his cows in every 3 hours, not let them go in the fields, sacrifice the animal welfare on that stupid altar of the net zero scam. So check that out. Then this. So this bit is laughable to me. It's also noted that none of the studies used a grass or grass silage-based diet representative of a large proportion of dairy diets in the UK. So what were they feeding the cows on? I want to know that the cows that I eat cheese from have been out in a field, not stuck in a barn all day. That's what I want to know. And, they're testing for methane. They're not even giving a cow the diet that they would normally have. So when someone tells you it's safe and effective, do your research. You let me know in the comments what you think. Is it safe? Is it effective? And what about the government colluding and conspiring with these companies to force it onto farmers, handing them money to build the facilities when they're going to make absolute fortunes? And what do you think about the net zero nonsense? Is this going to stop flooding, stop droughts, by stopping a few cows farting. What do you think? I mean, personally, nonsense.